talking with the silver partners. So there's two places that we want to take the silver partners. And we actually find that they're headed those directions today, which is the silver partners, most of them are coming to silver and on their way to moving to gold. To the example I shared with you, that's really where we see about half of our silver partners, they're in the silver level certification for a very short period of time. The other silver partners have invested in one architecture, and so moving to master within that architecture, the benefits of the master from the benefits of that one architecture versus being gold are the same in terms of the financial benefits and the discounting and what's available in the VIP as it relates to that one architecture. So like when Edison said, you know, master is as good as gold, for a lot of partners that really are focused on that one thing. They don't want to go as broad to become a gold partner. That's really where we want to have them focus. Now they would be master specialized at the premier certification level.
Okay, but meanwhile, in the time they...
Yep, they're still silver today, and they have 24 months to make that transition. Yes. Yep. Very good.
He's been raising his hand for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are three tiers for solution partners. You know, so my question is, could you tell me what the different how to satisfy the different tier for solution partners, and what's the different capability requirement for the three tiers? And the second question is, if one partner can be certified for both solution partner and channel partner.
Channel partner. Okay, so there's the tiering within, there's certain criteria within the tiering of solution partner, preferred solution partner, and strategic solution partner. And those criteria are really focused on the ecosystem partners, right? The ISV channel, the ISV partner community, as well as the technology partner community. There's different benefits at each of those levels. We're going to be republishing the specifics of those benefits. For those partners are really part of our Cisco Live event. Those are the ecosystem and developers that we have there. And so we're going to be republishing all the rules and criteria for those partners at Cisco Live in the middle of May. But your question about could a channel partner also be part of the solution partner program? The answer to that is absolutely. If the channel partner develops a solution and they want to recognize that solution partner, that solution as part of the solution partner program, they can also represent that. They can also take advantage of SIP. They can also take advantage of the marketplace as a channel partner and a solution partner.
Thanks.
Thanks.
1 second, please.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Is it me?
Yep.
Can you clarify what happened to there were some smart solution frameworks that Cisco brought out over the last couple of years? Are those transitioning into, because you've had the FlexPod Premium Partner Program, you've been paying SIP on V-Specs and V-Block, and can you just kind of blur out those lines for me?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so we've had smart solutions, we've had other solution nomenclature. What you're seeing us do is actually formalize that into our recognizable solution specializations. When we move towards specializations, the other partner programs that you refer to, the FlexPod Premium, really sort of in that initial phase of piloting these concepts. Now we're actually moving that to formalizing those into solution specializations. The naming convention that you referred to around SMART is the thing that we're working through. We're calling those solution specializations that we're featuring today. So we'll be looking at making that transition that we talked about.
All right. Couple questions. The first one is, what was the logic behind the enterprise networks certification master? Because there was one before, and it went away because the thought was that every Cisco partner, was a network specialist, and to So I was a little surprised to see it back, but I think it's good. And the second one was around DevNet and the developer community. I was following Cisco for a long, long time and watched the developer environment go from CTDP to CDN to whatever, and it's largely not been successful, partially because it's too hard to use your APIs. They change them all the time, and it requires a very heavy level of network knowledge to actually be able to build these apps. So I'm curious as to what's changed in DevNet that's going to attract more developers.
Got it. So let me take the first one, Denny. You take DevNet. So the first one is Cisco's officially now is recognizing enterprise networks, security, data center, and collaboration as our 4 primary architectures. So what was borderless is now shifting back to enterprise networks and security. Much of the same concept, but we're recognizing with all of the, SDN and everything else that needs to happen around the networking, that we want to make that a specific focus in terms of enterprise network security, cloud, and data center. So that's what we've done. It's really dissolve borderless networks into those 2. And then DevNet.
Yeah, around DevNet. So there's a lot of investment that Cisco is making from the very top of the business in that developer community. We know it's absolutely required, especially as you look at application-centric infrastructure and all these different areas. So we're doubling down the investments in this space, and what we're doing is a few different things. First of all, we've revamped that entire portal. The first thing we actually heard is it was very hard to go and engage with Cisco and really engage with a community of developers, both at Cisco, at our different partners, at our customers, etc. So if you go out to developer.cisco.com, you'll see a whole new look and feel and a whole new engagement level. Part of what they've done there is also built out communities. So how do we really get the developers within Cisco engaging with developers, at customers, partners, ISVs, IHVs, etc. And they're really driving that interactivity and that community engagement, which is something that we didn't really invest in the past. The third thing we're doing is really, driving more like Bruce said, hackathons, right? And more activities to bring these folks together, train them on how to use our APIs, engage with them in all new levels, and really get them hands-on in doing that. Part of what Susie Wee owns, and if anybody wants a deeper dive, Susie Wee is really the person that can get into details. But part of what she also owns across the development organization, and DevNet actually lives in the development organization now, is how do we do a better job working across all of the different groups in creating a consistent set of APIs, doing it with better support, more foresight, building out software developer kits in a better approach. So there's a lot of folks that across the business are focused on this, and it's very important.
All right, and one more quick one. Have any of your partners asked you about help with comp structure? Because while it's great to talk about the world of cloud or recurring revenue models, a big chunk of your partners get paid up front for selling $1 million worth of hardware, right? So now all of a sudden to sell a cloud service that you get a little bit every month for 3 years is a pretty big change in comp structure. So I'm curious as to, what kind of advice you've given them in that area and how they've been able to, level that out during this transition time.
So there are 2 aspects to it. The first one is last year we came out and talked about business transformation workshops. And part of that is the entire business model to go into a hybrid IT or into a cloud model. And it's been extremely successful with our partners in beginning to help them think through the transformation that they need to make, including the comp structures and their cash flow and pricing models and capabilities and skill sets of their people. In addition to that, one of the things that we do here in collaborative professional service is the how do I true one up from ground up, right, if I don't have one. So we've hit them in 2 areas. One is the hand-holding, the physical hand-holding, and the other is the teaching and the learning. Part of the journey for us now is more around, which you're beginning to see, is not only a continued conversation around the comp model, cash flow model, business model transformation, but also beginning to ask about how do we price this? How do we price a solution? Can you help us in that journey as well? And so part of our enablement mechanism is to help them with that journey.
One thing I'd add there is also when we work with software vendors, every software vendor is trying to stand up their software as a service. They have the same set of questions, and we can engage our teams and other partners to engage with them and talk through those challenges in the comp model. So there's a lot of folks that are coming to the table to address those types of issues.
And just one last comment. I was with our learning partner community yesterday and spoke to them. And you're starting to see our learning partners really understand that that's the dynamic that our partners are facing. And several of them are now building these classes in this courseware that actually help them move down that kind of transition. So, yeah, absolutely.
Other questions?
Hi guys, just some clarification around, again, going back to the solution partner program area. So one of the areas that Bruce talked about in terms of engaging in partner types was consultants, as an example, even individuals or small consultancies that are working with, say, marketing organizations within a company. Do they fit into this program, and how does that work? Because it sounds like you're always, around the solution partner program, you're just talking about solutions that can be developed that the partners can market with. So how does that engage then these other types?
You want to take it, or I'll do it?
So when you look at the consultant engagement, particularly around in the context of IOE towards selling into a CXO or into lines of business, there are three broad categories of consulting firms that we are engaging with. The first is the big consulting houses which sell at the C-suite and then look at both business and technology blueprints and so on. So the second is, to your point, niche consulting firms who are extremely good at either in marketing or any of the other verticals. And the third one is consulting firms who also happen to be a system integrator or happen to be an ISV to go along with it. And so what we are doing really is, at this point in time, we're engaging with these various types of consulting firms, either only together in the market, sell wins, where there is complementary capabilities, or leverage to deliver on something either Cisco or some other partner finds an opportunity. How do you bring them in and yet set a framework in place that all the conflict and any risk is taken away. Now, the point on tying back to a solutions program, the way I see it is, as these become crystallized as a solution, there's a framework that Steve and team have created for them to be part of Cisco, not just from a go-to-market standpoint, but programmatically be part of us as well. And that's how we're thinking.
And we're actually piloting a program around consultants and referrals right now, where we are engaging in the consultant community and assessing how we drive go-to-market with them. And we've created a pilot program that we're getting some initial results out of. We just launched it a few months ago. But it really does speak to the fact that, to your point, is that we need to be thinking about the broader ecosystem, including consultants, and how we engage with them.
Can you talk a little bit about what was mentioned this morning on that relaxing the global and the multinational requirements?
Sure.
So a little more pointy.
Yeah, a little more detail. So today we have a pretty high standard in terms of certifications in order to achieve a global certification or a multinational certification. It's currently 3 gold and 3 silver per region to achieve multinational, which means that to become a global partner, it would be that times 3, so 9 gold, 9 silver. As we're looking at evolving the silver transition, we are changing the multinational and global rules. So a multinational partner would now have to achieve 2 gold certifications and 3 premier certifications in region. We're recognizing that these levels of investment that partners are making at more of a hub model, as Edison said, is becoming they're becoming much easier to serve their customers from a more of a central model. So we're relaxing the requirements for multinational. We've also made some big improvements in our Golden Partner Network program around deal registration time, qualifying certain deals, being able to find agents and being able to find a host partner as well as an agent that we've found in the last number of months as we've shared with our partners, really making it much simpler for our partners to transact in the business. So some big changes there that we think are going to make a big
systems, tech, learning, distribution, channel, added solution, added dev. Didn't talk about cloud in terms of going through the types of programs. My question's really twofold. Where does cloud kind of still fit into this? And how do you see 7 different types of partner programs coming together?
Yeah. So let me start, and then you guys can add in as well. But so there really are two foundational programs if you think about the way we're representing the ecosystem: the solution partner program for the ecosystem, and the channel partner program where those others are really represented. The learning partners we view as also part of the channel partner program that does functionally roll up into Edison in terms of worldwide channels. Distribution as well really rolls up in through our organization. So we kind of view those in the channel side, if you will. And our cloud partner program is absolutely in our channel partner program as it relates to how we view channel and how we view solutions.
So that goes to the idea that we're not providing solutions. I mean, that maybe we're really calling one solution partners and the other one channel. And distribution's going to feel a little itchy about the fact that they're not providing solutions.
Well, I don't think we're saying that they're not providing solutions. I think what we're saying is that the solution partner program is really identifying and qualifying that unique ecosystem of partners that don't transact and resell, right? Those are the ecosystem of partners that surround our channel that help us complement the channel partners. But
I was going to say, they're creating, the solution partner program, they're creating the solutions, and our channel partner program folks, they are providing and delivering solutions to the customers, and it's all about that. And by the way, I think the reason we're trying to pull them together under the Cisco partner ecosystem is so that we have target alignment, so that our channel partners can more easily take all these great solutions to market that we weren't able to do as well in the past. And that's where people are excited. And actually at this forum we were at yesterday, we had a couple panels with software vendors and resellers talking about why they are better together. And one of the software vendors said, hey, what's great, by partnering up with Cisco, and there was a Cisco rep, and a reseller on the panel with him, he said, by partnering with them on this deal, this is a very large deal, we closed the deal faster, we deployed the deal faster, and we got to customer success faster. And he said, that's why we want to bring these things together, and by building these programs and aligning our efforts between the solution creators, if you will, and those that provide and deliver it to our customers, we can accelerate that customer success, and that's what we're looking
and
to
not
do.
to leave Raja, but I think there's also a services partner program.
there is there, Raja?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, look, Diane, you asked a good question. I think the response to the question is this. Yes, there is a service partner program, and I think many of you understand that services now more than 50% of the partner's business, which used to be 26 years ago, and about 70% of the profitability. Now, part of what we are looking at is the categories of partners of the ecosystem that we would need to have. When Denny talks about solutions, he talks about the supply side. And then there is the go-to-market act. As you can see, both from a cloud model and also with the cloud, there's the Cisco-powered capabilities that are there. Part of the journey for us in looking at our partner programs is in the rotation of IOE and the opportunity that is there. What's the ecosystem that we need and what roles do they play? Part of the journey for us to begin with is the framework of all these partner types and having them know that Cisco welcomes them and embraces them in the marketplace. There's, as you've seen in the past with our programs, over a period of time we kind of rationalize and bring these together. Is the construct looking like there's one and everyone ties into the one? That is the ideal outcome towards IoT, because that's the journey of supply and demand that we want to create. But right now we are in the process of bringing in, as Denny said, the right set of partners in the ecosystem, welcoming them, embracing them, and at the same time looking at having a place for them at Cisco and an engagement model, and then begin the journey of rationalizing how this begins to look like so that everyone in the community comes. And that's the journey that we're in.
Yes, so Alistair Canales, you partly answered my question actually, but just to reiterate, I think we are slightly in danger of overusing the word solution. think, by 10 to 100 times used the word solutions, it would add up. But the point is that partners have been, they've been selling solutions for many years. That's what they see as core to their business. The point is not that they're selling solutions. The point is, as I think you said, that they need to differentiate in their offering. So my question is, how do you actually do that? Because presumably within the marketplace, you are going to very much differentiate between data center solutions and application-led solutions and so on and so forth. So could you sort of walk through how, what the process will be for a partner who partners with a strategic solution provider, for example, within the solution partner program, and then takes that to market? Because I'm still a bit unclear about how that will work.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think so our channel partners and how they differentiate, it's in a few different areas. Some are focusing in specific verticals, and they're looking at a number of different solutions that are available in that vertical. It could be healthcare, it could be financial services, and they're bundling up different offers but from a number of the different solution partners that we're working with, and then they add on value-added services. And some of the services that they're creating, both from our teams, from our companies, but also within their own business, are uniquely differentiated. So, and then how they take those to market and how they, partner up with, for instance, Cisco, VCE, and some other partners in a particular vertical, is bringing net new opportunities to them that their competitors aren't necessarily focused on. So I think there's a go-to-market differentiation, as well as a differentiation in the solutions that they put in their portfolio and that they ultimately offer.
And I think Denny said, well, I think it's, what we're finding is that the services surround opportunity, right? If we can help create the solutions that partners then can wrap their surround and their differentiation around, whether that be specific around verticals, whether that be other kinds of analytics that they provide, is really the opportunity that we see for them to create their own unique differentiation. And that's really the idea here, is to match up these partners in a solution environment, but really create that space for them to create their own unique levels of services differentiation. And I think that's what your team's really helping with as well, as it relates to a lot of the services that we're looking in the future on IoT and IoE, et cetera. Particularly with software.
So we have time for about one more question. Anybody else with a question? So each of you should have received blogs on both of the announcements today, one from